This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Coming up, a contest that looks real good on paper between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ball is teed up. Chase McLaughlin to do the honors. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They run it with Saquon Barkley. He cuts it back right. It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. So one snap, and they're in the end zone, Brock. Tell those stat keepers to be ready. Might be a very busy game for them.
I'm kind of up for that. You kind of like that little pace?
Hundo, partner, 100%.
And to do it on the ground, to do what a way to begin the proceedings. The first punch thrown in the four-quarter boxing match ends up being a haymaker.
Jake Elliott to kick off for
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. On the return, here comes Cameron Johnson. Good work so far. He's got room. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
New set of downs for him from the 31.
Hey, alert! Alert! Yep. Stop!
Coming out, throwing is Baker. Escapes the pocket. All the way across midfield before he's brought down. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
As much as you'd like to find a completion and get the ball out of your hands, when a play breaks down, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on his ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that.
Here's the give to Irving. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Baker now from the gun. Bails out of the pocket quick. Mayfield's able to get him the first down before sliding to a stop.
I can promise you, that was the goal from the moment he took up. He kept his eyes locked on the chains. It's almost like he had a spidey sense. He knew exactly where to get in order to move the sticks and get that critical first down.
It's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers finish off their opening drive. So a touchdown on the board for Brock as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Mayfield's going to look to throw this. And he makes the catch, and just like that, we're right back even at 8 apiece. What a start to this one, baby. Both teams scoring, and without hesitation, on everyone out there to go for 2. For fans of aggressive offenses, Brock, this is certainly shaping up to be their perfect type of game.
Yeah, you think both these offenses just going to go for 2 from here on out? I don't know. There's a lot of risk involved with it, but I'm here for it.
25-yard line.
Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Play action. Hurts has it. Rolling out to his left. Playing it deep, left side. His first throw is an interception. Kamel D makes the play. And the Buccaneers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
I know he started the play as a defender, But gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigated on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles and he chewed up yardage in the open space. They'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
Hey, alert 33. Regular. Set.
From the gun, Mayfield. Down by Chris Godwin. He won't be able to add anything else onto the end of this catch, so it's going to be a completion to the 25. They gain 15 there. And the Bucs have the first.
Hey, alert 33. What's up?
They'll toss it here to Irving. Running in the red zone. He's going to be hauled down at the 2, and that sets up 1st and goal.
He'll always sign off on it when that particular call comes in the headset and the running back gets a chance to hear. The toss is his chance to get outside quickly and let that athleticism shine as he dances through the defense.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Set.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. But a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Not the big play they were hoping for when you call a jet sweep, but at the very least, it got him some positive yards. Things could have easily gone backwards there.
180.
And time runs out before they get the snap on. That's the end of 1. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready to go with our second quarter. Buccaneers with the ball and a chance to score. Mayfield now from the gun. Eagles are on it, and down he goes. And quickly, their chances at the end zone are running out, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
It's 3rd and goal.
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And he finds him in the end zone for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. Mike Evans with the touchdown. How quickly things can change, partner. The pain from being taken down that prior play. Yeah, I imagine that's gone and forgotten now, and it's been replaced by the adrenaline from finding the end zone there.
Yeah, that defense could have certainly used the pass rush from the previous play because that quarterback had plenty of time to scan the field and make a throw. And he gets an immediate measure of revenge for that sack.
Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Robbed by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run. Offense up to the line fast. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short throws drops. This one's incomplete. He's looking for Dallas Goedert there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long. Well, even with the pick on that last drive, Carter, he is showing no hesitation whatsoever.
Now, in order to play this game, Kate, at this level, you've got to be aggressive. You can't let a previous mistake really affect the next decision. So this as well. In the NFL, you throw into coverage too many times, you'll do more interceptions. And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That's complete inside the 35. One of their biggest plays of the game so far, and it comes on a 4th down gamble. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. That's cut with Saquon Barkley. And they haul him down just a foot or two zone. Working quickly here. Hurts yet again. Completes this one to Jahan Johnson. He's taken out as he brings it down towards the 10. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First and 10.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And this one's going the wrong way. Nice win for that defense as they send it backwards. So it'll be second and long coming up. And that is on the other side of our 2-minute warning. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up. All right, here we go. Second down. Hurts now from the gun. And he scores. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles earn the chance to tie before halftime. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap with his great design and tremendous execution.
And he gets into the end zone, so the choice to pass on a tie, a good one. That gives him a 1-point lead. Worked so well the first time. Hey, why not go right back to it? See if you can be successful again. They do, and they are.
And I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because you almost feel the confidence, right? Like if you get it the first time, you're almost playing with house money. Even if you fail, it's still 14 points. It's not really a failure. And if you get it, well, you gain even more confidence and make that opponent think that much more.
We've set it down for him from the 31. First down, looking to throw. Mayfield. Body on the left side by Godwin. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop it. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
Well, there's a time to be a little finessey with the football, put a little touch on, and then there's time to put your arm into it and let it eat. Throw it right through your target's chest. This one, well, that one right there was the latter. Smart to make a fastball zing in before anyone could undercut the curl route.
Cut on one sideline. And they're on him to send him out right before he gets to that 30-yard line. We've set it down for him from the 31.
Buccaneers, first down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
First down, here's Baker. Dumped off to his running back. Driving across the 15-yard line. And he's going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. So Brock, good work there to finish off the drive in the end zone and retake the lead.
You just get this feeling every once in a while in games. This sucker's going to be a back-and-forth football game. So what a great job offensively to jump out in front here in the first half of play.
They get the 2 out of it, partner. Nicely done, but into double coverage. Felt like they kind of got away with one there.
That is a quarterback's best friend. I can't tell you how many times your players, your teammates, your offensive skill guys around you come back to huddle. Just say, give me a chance. Please, just give me a chance. Throw it up. I'll make you look good. And he did right there.
And he just sends this out and over the end zone, so no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, first and 10.
Very good.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds.
16 yards.
It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
First and 10 at the
Now
49-yard line.
Escapes the pocket.
You know, Kate, they always say like QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that, it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
Looking for his back, but he will not find him. That's incomplete. Brings up third down. Now he already has himself one interception in this game, partner, and throws like that are going to find him another if he isn't careful.
Yep, those are the throws you want to intersperse and sprinkle into your passing game. Because if they become the norm and you're constantly thrown into coverage, it's when one pick becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, and on. Such a big part of that breakup, Kate, or any breakup as a corner, is your positioning relative to the target. And really, the timing of it all. You can be in the right spot, but if you don't time it, the ball is still caught at this league. That corner plays that one nearly perfectly.
And an Eagles first down.
It's on first down. Look at that power, deep left side. And the downfield call is going to go unanswered. Defender saw to that. That incompletion means it's second down.
He was defended by
I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Taking a chance to the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to Charlie Luke's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And things look tougher now with third and long.
And that is teaching tape right there, Kate, for why you never, ever give up on a play. Looked like a certain touchdown grab until he comes in and knocks the ball free right at the last minute.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Jacob Parrish. And he takes this one back. It's a pick six and a Tampa Bay touchdown.
I love that play on so many levels, Kate. Making the interception already a terrific effort by everybody involved. To put the cherry on top, to take it all the way back to the house, it required extra effort from everybody, and they get the job done.
McLaughlin to tap on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14.
Buccaneers 30, Eagles 16. Chase McLaughlin to kick off.
Quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Gets everything he has under this one. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. Following the incompletion, we stay at the 35. It's second and 10. Throwing here, Hurts. That's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps. Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on third down. He'll throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. There's 2 seconds left in the half as we get a timeout.
Kate, as a quarterback, that is so rough. Incomplete, incomplete, incomplete. You're going to go to the sidelines, you're going to look at that tablet, and you're going to try to figure out how in the heck do we turn this around.
High's time, rolling right. He's going deep down this side. And this one's swatted away by a defender, so they went for it unsuccessfully. And now they turn it over on downs. Shades of the 2009 Super Bowl. They're going onside kick to begin the second half. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. All right, partner, are you on board with that call we just saw? Yes, they trailed, but it's not a huge lead. It's only in the third quarter. Hold it, you jumped the gun. Now they're in a tougher spot because they didn't recover. Did you say no?
No. Why not? Because 95% of the time or so, those things fail. Why would you do that this early? No.
Now Mayfield. It's his running back. And he's going to go out with a pickup of 3, so chipping away a few here ahead of this third down.
That's a gain of 3.
You know, these running backs today, they are so versatile. It doesn't matter if they're running it, or in this case, same principle applies on routes out of the backfield. You don't get somebody close to him, that throw is headed his way.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. First time this game they've looked to him. And that leaves them with a decision to make on 4th and short.
You never, ever, as an offense, like 3 and outs, Kate, but you really don't like them on third down when you throw into tight coverage like that. Got to manufacture a better look.
For the field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that makes this a 3-score game.
The wind was at a sails, Kate, and it certainly helped that football fly true and right down the middle. And from that distance, to hit with that accuracy is one impressive shot.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock, so they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Hurts setting up to throw. Completed over the middle. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further. Offense in the hurry up here.
2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Looking now from the gun. And downfield, and Goddard has it. He's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out.
26 yards.
Gain of 26 yards there. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
A gain of 26 yards.
Gun snap, they'll throw.
And an Eagles 1st down.
This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles start the second half with some needed points. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. There sure was a lot of trust on that play, Brock, and he proved worthy of it with that end result.
Yeah, good old receiver. Someone who just knows.
No, they get him yet again. Picked off by Devontae David.
Keeps the score. Buccaneers 33. Eagles 22.
Those defenders, they're just as excited as the fans when the offense signals they're going for 2. It's a chance to directly keep points off the board and really show some of that swagger that good defenses have.
Maybe a little panic here. Maybe they feel like they have to. Down 2 scores. Look at this. Lining up for the onside kick here in the 3rd. Oh, the Eagles are celebrating. And they did. They got that one back. Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick. But jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards. And that drew the flag. Irvin on the counter. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. That's a nice quick correction for this front, Brock. Give up the big play and then get a little back on the very next one.
Exactly the kind of response you want to see from your defense. You got to forget about the big play for now and stay focused on that next snap.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hurry, hurry! What's that?
From the gun, Mayfield. Escapes the pocket. And he's going to take this down to the 31 before he gets taken down.
It's a gain of
That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that will be a Tampa Bay 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
What's that?
On the give, this is Irving. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
Changing things up, they're going to throw now. He finds Evans left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
13 yards.
All set now, 1st and 10.
Complete to number 13, Mike Evans.
Irvin here from the gun. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard.
So we hit the end of the 3rd quarter. The Buccaneers have that football partner, and more importantly, they've got a good lead. Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Good. 180. Pistol. Done.
Baker now from the gun. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Brings up 3rd down and the 11.
Regular. Set. Alert. Done.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Sidney Brown makes the play. And the Eagles have some new life in the 4th.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 5-yard line.
Philadelphia you, settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits it through the middle. And he will take this all the way up near midfield.
It's a pickup of 44 yards.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
Made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 10.
Looking inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Nearly got to the end zone there.
Number 26.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly, as a check-down outlet on short throws.
Hurts yet again. And this is going to fall incomplete. He made a call for the end zone there, but nobody picked up on the other end. So now it's 3rd down.
As I watch practices today, Kate, both college and professionally, one thing is abundantly clear. Teams spend so much more time in the red zone. They know it's the money zone. And defensively, if you can force incompletions and knock it away and lead teams for field goals, you have a great chance to win.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Offensive line fast. There's a keeper here for Hurts. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown. His 3rd total score in this game. So the touchdown was only a part of it, Brock. They're going to go for 2 now and try to make this just a field goal game. Putting a receiver in motion.
Let's go. Trimmer. 63.
Hurts looking to throw. And he can't connect with his man, so they tried for 2, but it doesn't work out.
Buccaneers 33, Eagles 28.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. This one's going to bounce into the end zone and will end as a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Bucks to the line. 1st and 10.
180. King. Hurry. Pistol.
Back to work after throwing the pick. And this one does not go far.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Mayfield now from the gun. Completed to his running back. And he's going to have this down at the 42-yard line. 35 on the pickup. And the Bucks have the 1st.
I can guarantee you that's going to be until the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
1st down from the 42. Irving on the inside give. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Taken down by
you want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary?
Brings up
That's
2nd
it.
and 10 at the Eagles' 43-yard line.
Now nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. Nothing doing there as the second down pass falls incomplete. Emeka Egbuka, the intended target. So now it's going to be third and long.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after that prior incompletion, we got third down.
Run. Hey, alert 33. What's that?
We'll look to throw it. Down the field. Evans has it. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They got 21 yards on the play. And that will be a Tampa Bay first down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
They'll come up on 1st and 10.
Right, 180. What's that?
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And they get him for a loss. That's a big one, Brock, and might see them burn a timeout. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Drive's been moving nicely, but they went the wrong way on that last snap. It's 2nd and 13. Oh, Brock, look at this. He's setting up to throw it. Setting up the running back screen. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a 1st and goal.
It's a gain of 20.
180.
That's another Buccaneers first down.
Sound the cannons, baby. The Buccaneers win it here in Tampa. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths. Because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate, to match the adrenaline surge they feel right now and that they felt at every major turn throughout the second half. There's just something about a close game, the intensity that's there in every moment that you love to experience as a player, and that you hope in all these moments you can execute so you're the one celebrating and riding that wave of emotion.
Night beginning to fall over Southern California, but the lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the pitch. Focus on it. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
We are just about ready. Cameron Dicker has the honors, and we are underway here at SoFi. What a move. And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. Under center is a 6'2", 225-pound signal caller, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
The tackle by Derwin
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at him, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. In motion right, that's Metcalf. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Because his primary job is defending against the pass, you don't often see a quarterback making tackles in the backfield. But he's playing run all the way here.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Now Rodgers. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
A gain of 14. First down, Pittsburgh.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves him from a 3-and-out. A handoff for Warren. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Over the dime looked on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
24-yard gain.
That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
They fake the give. Now Rodgers. A short one there to Flaherty. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
At the 31-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers.
And oh no, it's incomplete. That's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
47-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good.
And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
I think we can safely say they came out to be aggressive on the opening series, Charles. They didn't run the ball once. All that passing, it does get them the 3-0 lead.
I think what we saw there, partner, was a true definition of football balance, which means doing what you want to, when you want to on offense. And in this case, it was throwing the football. They may mix in running the football a little bit more as this game goes on. But his opening drive, while it stalled out, it still gave him 3 points.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
Now Herbert off the bootleg.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Will go down as a gain of 6.
That's good.
And it's second down.
It's a pickup of 6.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. To the left side, he's got McConkey.
Complete to Brad McConkey. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third and 3. Here's Herbert. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's 4th down.
I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. There he goes left side. And into to the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Kenneth Gainwell, 52 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Steelers 10.
So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Now that's a big-time run. Lightning in a bottle, forget it. He exploded out of the bottle for that type of a pickup.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Again, it's Hampton. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Shifts past him at the 45. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A.
You can almost hear the siren relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
He's got the tight end. That's Gadsden. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This is where you can try and get a tight end in space. They like this matchup, so they're going to let their 2 receivers to his outside run simple little short routes, hoping to suck up the secondary. And that'll free up space for their tight end on a corner route to make a big play.
Nifty move. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
17-yard line.
But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play.
The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
On the give, it's Vidal. With defense stiffens to force fourth down following that first down gain of 8.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Waste of time.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a very good starting field position as he's out just shy of the 40. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball through, and it's second down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Rodgers now to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Gainwell. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. Returnable here for Davis. A 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's taken in by Quentin Johnston. And they work this right left field across the 35. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And the Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. They'll work inside here, Hampton. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Herbert. Johnston on the quick slant. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 2. Back to throw here, Herbert. And this pass broken up. And the contact well in time there, and now 4th down.
Sets up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They snap it to Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. And he's got this down to the 35. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. 4th and 2. They got it. That was kind of that gray area. Is that a feel thing, whether you go run or pass there offensively?
I think it's a feel thing. It's a tendency thing about what you like to do yourself on offense, as well as knowing how strong they are against the run on defense. They make a decision, and they made the correct one.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out there and take off.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 43 yards now on the ground at just 7 carries.
That's another Chargers 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Herbert now. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Complete. It's Hampton. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard.
Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And this one is right through. And that'll bring them back within 4.
Makes the score.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And now out come the Steelers. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
34-yard line.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
To throw is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. In motion goes the tight end. Rodgers going to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down.
His first catch there. Good for 10 yards and a first down. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers. And incomplete.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. Here's 2nd and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
2 yards on the play.
But they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it.
Out of bounds at the 42-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
A 4-receiver set here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of
It'll be a
17
gain of
yards.
17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Steelers.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
On the run, it's Warren. Dances by at the 20. Excellent job pushing through tacklers that time to pick up 6.
18-yard line.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
2nd down and 3. On the give, it's Warren. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think I like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. because remember the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. They'll find Metcalf. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Here's Rodgers to throw. This is caught. And the Steelers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
He has just not had his focus in this game. It's not one drop. It's not 2. That's 3 for this contest.
Yeah, uncharacteristic for any NFL receiver, and he's no exception. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. DK Metcalf, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Boswell for the extra point. It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6.
Steelers 17.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. He finds his target, Allen. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
Now he's going to step up and run. Herbert has him knocked free, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Down the left sideline. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Extra point now by Boswell.
to 18 now.
Makes the score.
The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
Chris Boswell.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. Gets past one man. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Now it's Herbert. Across the formation's got a man. That's Allen. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 22 more yards there and another first down.
Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
He's got him on road, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's another.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Zone read and give to Hampton. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Taken down right.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd.
Probably going to have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Omarion Hampton from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are able to cut into that deficit.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And that makes it 24-13.
Chargers 13.
That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field.
He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise he can really decimate him.
I better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
This one into the hands of Metcalf.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Now Rodgers.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll leave him a third and a full yard to go.
Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Going quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell.
And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
70 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
That's a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Rodgers now to throw.
He's taken in by his big tight end.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They toss it to Warren.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's got it. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
Calvin Austin, a 5-yard touchdown. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
Boswell for the extra point.
For the point after.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Makes the score.
A 10-play drive that time.
Chargers,
and in
13.
the end, a Calvin Austin touchdown grab finished the drive off.
Chris Boswell to kick
Boswell
off
now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. The Charger drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, almost a physical reaction. Watching what's happening right now. Let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Short throw to Disley. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. And nowhere to put that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. He's got Allen. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
That's another Chargers first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. On first down, it's Hampton. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
At the 22-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Pass held in by Johnston. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Herbert firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Here's Herbert. Touchdown, Chargers. Brad McConkey from 6 yards away. And the Chargers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now.
Makes the score Steelers.
A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
So
after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Beautiful fake. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, it's still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
So the first thing crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take over here near the 30. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. And they do have terrific starting field position, but no timeouts to work with, so they'll need to operate quickly. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. To throw is Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3rd down and 6. Here's Rodgers. That's caught. It's Austin left side. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. The Chargers offense and veteran Keenan Allen set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers. The Charger drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a gain of 11 and a first down, LA.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
And Johnston sent in motion. Back to throw here, Herbert. On the out route, he finds Johnston. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Herbert now. He's going to throw into Johnston. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts
A gain of 4
as they stop
yards.
it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And incomplete on the deep ball. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. The Chargers going to get the football first here in the second half, and they trail as we get back underway. Well, now how about this return? And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. And Charles, some things to like about that first half, ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of score a little bit. So I expect them to come out and continue to throw the ball effectively.
56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
A run once more with Hampton. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. To the left side, he's got McConkey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
That's another.
How about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
He was tackled at the
that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 5. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the third quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
So many times we've seen him trying to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Herbert. And this is caught. He's got a touchdown. Orlando Gadsden from 10 yards out. And the Chargers have cut it back within a score.
A lot of times when you take a tight end in later rounds, you're doing it with a little bit of hope, some potential. But not so with this guy. They believe he can really make an impact in the red zone, and he definitely makes good on that faith right there.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for two.
The Chargers will line up for the two-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point.
Steelers 31, Chargers 28.
I guess the coach looked at the two-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a three-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a two-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out, ready to send it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try to make sure that momentum stays in your camp area.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
It's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Rodgers going to throw. Incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes the second and 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum. The other side is starting the game.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. That's complete to the receiver field. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Steeler first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll get this to the 40. Sweet little juke in there. Got him some extra yardage. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll find Metcalf. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
A gain of 7.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people are running from their contact on him. Really well done.
Good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A gain of 15.
The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 1. Gainwell is not going to get in. In fact, he'll lose a couple of yards back to the 3. They lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. If they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Now Rodgers. And they're going to get to him a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Aaron Rodgers.
A tough time to take the sack. Now it's 4th and goal, and that's a loss of 6. Well, a free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
For the field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. LA set to take over again on offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
And they'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Right side, he has Johnston. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Out of the gun, Herbert. That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it will be 2nd down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
Play action. It's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he'll go down, but not before the game is inside the 30. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And the Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them the miss it.
And he will get in across the track for a Chargers touchdown. Omarion Hampton, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chargers are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Extra point try now from Dicker. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd.
Makes the score Chargers 35.
5 plays there on that drive.
34.
And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
For the Chargers.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Steelers offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of the halftime talk for this defense. We've got to find a way to slow him down. That's probably what they're saying. But nothing that they have done has worked so far. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Warren will try the right side. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Great effort by Derwin James on the stop.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Now Rodgers. Nowhere to go. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back. He's trailing here in the second half. Last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there. Their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Rodgers now to throw. Completes it to Austin. That'll give them 8 that time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
It's a gain of 8.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Good coverage there, holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Chargers offense and Justin Herbert getting set for this next drive. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. The Charger drive about to get going. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, I'll show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around. Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
On the play.
And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. So they go pass, now they go run, and 2 plays resulting in really nice pickups.
Certainly sounds like a 50-50 deal, doesn't it? Sounds like great balance. Well, you know what all those coaches have told us over the years, Brandon, that balance is? It means doing what you want to, when you want to. That play call is working very well for them right now.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Here's 2nd and 3. In motion, the tight end. Out of the gun, they run with Hampton. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first.
It's a gain of 2.
Give him 2 on the play there. And the Chargers are going to have a 1st and goal.
It's been a good drive so far. They just wanted to keep it going, so they call low-risk, low-reward play. No one's worried about picking up big yardage here. Quarterback sneak, keep the chains moving, and pick up another 1st down.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Well, fair to say they've got something here in this rookie running back, and he's in for the 2nd time in the ball game.
And, Brandon, it's a position where there's often a lot of turnover, a lot of competition at that spot. But he's proven to them that he wants to be the bell cow guy that his franchise can rely on.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Nice footwork at the 25. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. They're looking to turn things around here. They've been shut down in this third quarter. That was after a good first half offensively.
And you wonder where it all goes, and it feels like it goes away fast because it takes some time to build up good momentum, great play calling, excellent execution, and then in like a blink of an eye, you're losing the game. How do you get back there again? I'm sure they've talked about it, and they've got a plan. Now can they put it into practice?
The lead gone, now the search to find it again. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He finds Austin complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. For our ride, he's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. What a turnover. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now what's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of two halves, won't you?
Right, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened, because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Give here to Hampton. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Herbert. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Dicker for the Chargers field goal. A 51-yard attempt.
And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a two-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a two-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a two-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Throwing is Rodgers. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring up second down. On play action, it's Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Over in that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. Now it's Rodgers. To the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Adam Thielen, 54 yards. And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this. I know you are, too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. So a big play now as the Steelers will go for 2.
The Steelers will line up for the two-point conversion.
Rodgers will throw for it. And he will get into the end zone as a two-point conversion is successful. And the lead is down to a field goal here in the fourth. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
Us out past the 20 to the turf field. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Charger drive about to get going. Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Herbert now. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And with the way things have gone so far tonight, I figured this was going to be a touchdown because he's wide open. But instead, the ball's laid out just a bit too far, and they come up empty.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. He's got his target. That's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 27
Boy, a nice
yards.
play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it.
On the play.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd
I see the surprise
down
in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Again, Herbert. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line.
Chargers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectations.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they are loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing him, he's a big-time player himself. They brought him from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary. An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed, a lack of great penetration as they stuck that one by the line of scrimmage. Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that will be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to swell the lead to 6. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
48.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. That's about as exciting of a one-yard run as you're going to see. Finding a way to dodge that first would-be tackler. But again, just 1 yard out of it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Number 14.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. When you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Austin. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
A gain of 12. First down, Steelers.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. Deion Henry there on the tackle.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think that's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
Second down and 8. Now runs straight ahead with Warren. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd-and-2 situation.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Here's Rodgers. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Touchdown, DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are an extra point away from going back on top here in the 4th.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
Extra point now by Boswell. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter.
Makes the score Steelers 49.
They drive that time of
Chargers
6 plays.
48.
And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Charger drive about to get going. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now it's Herbert. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Third and 12. Here's Herbert. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
That's really good play design right there, and it's one that comes down to the offensive line. It's a deep in route, but it's only going to work if that line gives you time in the pocket to wait for the route to develop. Mission accomplished there as they pick up the first down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second down and 10.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
It's reeled in downfield by Johnston. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Quentin Johnston, 59 yards. And the Chargers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead, and I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
Little salt, little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
They'll try and run it up the middle. And he is not going to make it. So they won't be able to move this lead up to a touchdown as it'll remain a 5-point ball game.
49.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Get a look at DK Metcalf as this offense returns to the field. And I know that they double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
After what they faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And they'll find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Austin. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep two eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting two hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
In motion goes the tight end. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And now another one thrown incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. First, some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. Fourth down now, but he was fortunate on that one, not to have another turnover on his ledger.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The home team's offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Charger drive about to get going. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. That one complete to McConkey. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Looking to throw. Herbert on the out route. He finds Johnston. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
He's forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. That's how multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Scott.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. This is 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
To throw is Rodgers. Able to find Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
24-yard gain on the play. And a Steeler 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Just the 1 timeout remaining as they try to navigate this 2-minute drill. 1st and 10. He's got it with the 15. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
A gain of 31 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
Oh, and this is a touchdown or bust drive, and that will definitely help their cause. What a time to come up with a play like that. And now, plenty of time to try and finish this drive in the end zone and take the lead.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Now Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. And the Steelers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
They'll run here with Gainwell. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Second down, goal to go. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here on the final minute. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack. And they fail to try for two. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because a field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for two. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the post.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Herbert and the Chargers down by 1. 24 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. Herbert going to throw. Open man right side. That's McCarthy. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Herbert to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
He was brought down by Cole.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now 2nd down and a few inches. Now Herbert. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
59-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds.
55.
So it's another field goal here. He may need to ice his leg after this one. That's now 5 field goals converted in this game alone.
Yeah, get the trainer. They're going to need this guy. And they've needed every single one of the field goals he's made, too. If they're going to get out of here with a win, I say he gets a game ball.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.